So my name is Omar Ambassador. It's 8:33 p.m., September 18, 2019. So I just went out and I was red alerted, yellow alerted, orange alerted, and there you go. The hand is tagged, shoulder is tagged, knees are tagged. You can hear the alarm going off there. That's my knee. So while I was in the store, um, across the street, and I try not to go to the store, but sometimes I don't have a choice because I don't have a car right now, and it's right across the street. Even though I get relentlessly harassed, um, sometimes I need to go. So normally I'd avoid it. So there are comments that the contract is up, and somebody got a sale. So there are three ethnic groups involved: the Chinese, the blacks, the Indians. The Chinese are saying the nigger have it, the nigger have it, the nigger have it. Very, very racist comments. Um, Big black nigger was into her. These are their comments, not mine. They're harassing me with these comments, trying to degrade me, um, because in their minds, being with a black person is very degrading. So it is a sex slave operation. So if you're hooked up with a black master, then you're lower than if you're hooked up with a white master. This is openly carried out right now in this area. Um, so so the contract got sold, and the the, um, the different parties sent out their scouts. So they take pictures of me. So I hear comments like she's too fat, she's too short, whatever, all kinds of nasty remarks, much along the lines of the incident that caused a false charge to go through when the two Muslim women said to me, "Get out of the store and go to the gym," implying that I was fat. So I strongly suspect that that was all part of what's going on right now. So lots of insults, degrading insults, because that's what is supposed to happen. You're a slave after all, lower than them. Meanwhile, the masters or the traffickers in the area are trafficking just about everybody. Because keep in mind that everybody in society, whatever level you're in, have a use. So everybody's trafficked, but that doesn't really matter. One level is supposed to keep the other level down, and that level is supposed to keep the other level down, and so on. So this is how the pyramid works. This is what the whole program is all about. Um, I was scanned quite a bit. I will download that data. Um, and I mean, it's very, very, very stressful, extremely stressful. It's like literally being mobbed out of an area. But it really doesn't matter what area you're in because once you're flagged, you're monitored, quote unquote, which is really mobbing, lynching anywhere you go. So, you know, it really doesn't matter where you are. But I heard that um, there is a warrant for removal because this program is being run and I'm taking precautions to protect myself, and I'm not supposed to push back because a slave is not supposed to have a voice, and I'm not supposed to fight back. So anytime I open my mouth, there's a charge, there's a police call, there's a red alert, there's a yellow alert, there's an orange alert. Somebody will pass by me and say and insult me, all kinds of degrading activities going on every step of the way. Well, it's not going to work. As I passed by a neighbor's unit, she said loudly as I passed by, "We have a big surprise for you." So when I went to the store, the Chinese people there were talking about the Indians have it, the Indians have it, and she's gonna have you drugged. Either that or she's going to sue me. Keep in mind that the people in the building are subcontracting. If they don't have a receipt for me, they're the ones who's subcontracting. They're the one who's monitoring me. They're the one who's running the alert system. They're the one who's calling the cops. They're the one who's hitting me with these directed energy weapons and almost killing me, basically, that I demonstrated several times. But they're calling the cops because I'm a target. And several times, neighbors will pass my door and remind me that I'm a target. And Indian people does that quite a bit outside the door. So she's targeting me, but she's going to call the cops and say I'm targeting her. And she's going to have a lawsuit too. Interesting, isn't it? It's just like the cops charging me when I was the one who's being harassed and stalked by their informants and the people who are working with their informants. And they knew there was a receipt out and they knew I was a target, but they ended up charging me because that was a way to cover up what was going on and also to artificially criminalize me and take a bite out of me, degrade me, because everybody's supposed to take a bite out of me, to dehumanize, degrade, dispose. Well, that was the cops' way of doing that. And the way I was arraigned, which was very, very unusual, was also a way of doing that. I almost died twice in less than 24 hours. And I was held in a van for about an hour with the heat turned up, with a coat on, hands tied behind my back, and after asking to shut the heat off that was blowing in my ear on a dark steel inside 3x3 wagon. Absolutely, it was a box, a steel box, a heated steel box, will not turn down the heat after I literally begged not to. All this is part of what I, from my research, think is a satanic ritual abuse process that the dirty cops are taking part in. Now, I would love to discuss this in a courtroom, in any lawsuits that is brought against me.